Mula! Get it, boys! Mula! Did you get your ice sticks, bro?
Sorry?
Did you get any sticks that you got to your feed?
Yeah.
Or, oh yeah.
This is for the rest of the film.
Toys, bro.
It's now time for speeches. Who loves speeches? All right, thank you. All right, as everyone is enjoying their dinner tonight, I would like to call upon Uncle Gary to have his first speech this evening, and then followed by the groom's father, Uncle Inya Kamunanga. Can we have Uncle Gary on the... Yes, please. Give a round of applause, family and friends. Vinaka.
I need some room. Yeah, I'll give it. Is it alright? Bula Vinaka. As you're probably aware now, I'm Gary, the very, very proud father of Cassie. And now the very, very proud father of Kape. Oh, and Andrew. Before I get started, I'm going to get a wee bit of help. And I've got a special friend to come and help me. So if I can call TK up here. Oh, here he is. So TK is just going to go through a few things and then I'm going to finish off. A wee bit different to what we'd normally do.
A tēnā rā tātou katoa ki ngā tūranga, ki ngā maramara o tira ki a koutou katoa, ngā hapuri, ngā iwi, ngā hapu o tēnā iwi o tēnā iwi, ngā haue whā kua karapene pene mai nei, ki tēnei rā harikoa rawa atu a tēnā rā tātou katoa. I tonoa mai Geza ki te tū hei tuara mana, hei kōrero e pāna ki te tūranga, hei kōrero e pāna ki te hononga o ngā ahurewa e rua ki Aotearoa, ko ngā tawiwi, ko ngā Māori rānei. Kia haunei koera te tua papa o tō tātou nei hononga kei Wainganui i a Cassie rawa ko Takape, anō hoki. Nā reira he honore nui nōku te tū kia whakamana tēnei mea te riti o Waitangi ki Aotearoa kia whakātua atu ki a koutou katoa. I was privileged to get asked by Gary to stand and speak by his side, and his idea was to bring a little bit of Aotearoa, a little bit of Māori, Pākehā combination into the mix. I did tell him that he needs to be careful or people are going to think that he's supporting co-governance. But he said, no, they won't. They know me well enough. He asked me if I was standing, and I said, I'd be happy to, because actually within Cassie there's a whakapapa of mutual flourishing that exists already before she engaged in this relationship. And that mutual flourishing is based in Māori and non-Māori coming together and saying under the Te Riti o Waitangi, which was not a legal covenant but a spiritual covenant, both peoples should be able to flourish. And so I use it as a metaphor, both hanging out with my bro over here, but also for you guys to say that Cassie can draw on that whakapapa, and she is drawing on that whakapapa around mutual flourishing. So yeah, we send a whole bunch of blessings your way. And I think the real reason Gary got me up here is he knows that Māoris will sing a song after he finishes speaking. But I'll hand it back over to him and wait for our opportunity to sing on his behalf.
That's my speech. A special, very, very special welcome to Takape's family and their whole whānau or their whole family that are here tonight. I'm going to throw most of my speech away as we go through it because we haven't got time. And I want to get to the juicy bits about Cassie. We've all talked about what a great location is. Cassie told me that it was a great location, and once we got round that road, we found that it was a great location. It's been a fantastic day, and what a great couple they are. You have a very proud father tonight. Before I talk more about Cassie, I'd like to share some really important people's thoughts. The most important person is Robin. Robin and I obviously were married and were delighted to have Cassie and Andrew. And we went through some difficult times with Robin's health. Robin was a real fighter. She fought so hard for the kids and to make sure the kids saw important dates in their lives. So birthdays and things like this. And we talked a lot about particularly Cassie's wedding. Not long before she passed, when we were talking, she told me in no uncertain terms to make it the best day Cassie could have. And I'm hoping that we've come up with something that you're happy with. No doubt she's been looking down with a big smile, and I know there's been lots of people thinking of her. It's great to have Diane and Jenny, sisters here, to share with Cassie and Takape. I'm getting through it. The next person who is really important to Cassie and my family is my mother, or who we called Gran. Gran was the doyen of our family. She was the person that looked after everyone. She looked after Cassie every day pretty much, picked her up from school, picked her up from preschool, and was there every weekend with her, as she was with all John's kids, and Linda, my sister, as well. So, Mum, we're always thinking of you. And she gave me a quote, and you'll have to excuse me. May your love never die. Always try to remember the wedding. is just the first part. Marriage is a part you'll have to work on forever. Now that was very Gran. Gran was always had something to say. She was a feminist before feminists were in vogue. But for her, it was all about family. The next person who was equally important was Grandma Nolene. So Cassie's other grandma. And I had a huge respect for Nolene. Nolene was a family person through and through, and she will be looking down on this and seeing all the families together and smiling. Next, I've got a message from Linda, my sister, who unfortunately couldn't be here. She is watching on the live stream, so we all say hello to Linda in the whānau. So Cassie's had a heck of a lot to do with Chapman, what we call the Chapman whānau. And Linda was really disappointed she couldn't be here. But she wanted me to say a couple of things, and I quote, "Cassie is a very important part of our lives, always sharing her love and joys, super generous with her time for each and every one of us. Can't wait to meet Kape as a new member of our whānau." Finally, I have to acknowledge Alana. Alana has been Cassie's second mother, and I know she can never be Cassie's mother, but Alana's there through thick and thin, and she's been there for Andrew, and she's been there for Cassie when Cassie needs her. And now, as all fathers know, that we have a special bond between fathers and daughters, good times and not so good times. And there's been a few not so good times, but that's fine. We won't talk about it. I promised Cass that I wouldn't tell too many stories, and we don't really have time. But to everyone, we know she loves to organise everyone. Right from an early age, she was organising me, or trying to, organising everyone at school. And one of Gran's great sayings was, when she went pick her up at school, she was always last out because she was making sure everyone had their bags. Unfortunately, she organised people, but she can't organise herself. We all know she's the most untidy person there will be, so good luck with that, Takape. I'd like to mention her partying, but I won't. Her trips to Fiji, but I won't. School for Cassie was all about sport. Her maths was mainly learnt in the supermarket. One of the things that Cassie was really good at was purchasing things at the supermarket. Now, a number of you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So in a supermarket, the family have an account. Now, their family account was account 1000. And I have something for you, Cassie. So I have account 1000 here. It's now officially finished. Same for you, Kirsty. Josh. And anyone else in Hokitika that used it. One of the key things about Kape and Cassie has been the long distance relationship. Cassie came and saw me and said, "Dad, I'm going to have to go to Fiji and see if this fella's the goods." I said, "Well, there's only one thing, get there." She said, "Dad, can I have some money?" That's been quite a constant. But here we are. So on to Takape, or Kapi. We met, obviously, when we came over last year. Alana and I could tell straight away that this was going to carry on. Your respect, your love for Cassie was all that a father wouldn't want. Apart from the fact that he supports the Blues. When we came over, the one thing I bought him was a Crusaders shirt, and he's given it away. Even though the Drua beat the Crusaders, we're quite happy for them to be our second best team. Just one little bit of advice that I was given, or I read about. Remember, listen to each other, support each other, and be very patient. Particularly you, Kapi. Be very, very patient. That's why, even though we're in Fiji, I've got a little gift for Kape. Now this is particularly prevalent when he gets to New Zealand. Andrew, how often do we set the clock? Half an hour earlier? So Fiji team time suits Cassie. That's an alarm clock, by the way, if you can't see it from here. Cassie traditionally is half an hour to 45 minutes late for everything. So, if you can please raise your glasses. And I'm just waiting a wee bit because of some special things about to happen. A huge welcome to the St. John's team. Huge welcome. So please raise your glasses, and I know that I speak for everyone when wishing a lifetime of health, happiness, faith, fellowship, and more importantly, laughter. I give you the bride and groom. Thank you to Cassie's St. John's family. That's me. Thank you, Vanaka Vakalevu.
Let's give another round of applause to the beautiful speech and the performance by the St. John's family. Thank you. All right, now I call upon the Uncle Inia Kamunanga to say a speech on behalf of the Grooms family. Vinaka. Let's give her another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Vinaka.
Hello, Mbula Vinaka to everyone. I'm so glad to see this crowd as a family. I don't speak English so good, but I'll do what I can do, and I'll say what I can say. My family was a very poor family, and I came from really poor family. And Takape was brought up in a very poor way. He used to walk to school. Sometimes he comes late, and sometimes he doesn't go to school. But I'm happy, though I was poor, I raised him up. With the love of my Lord Jesus Christ, whom we served throughout my life. I am 62 at the moment, and I love Takape. But his brother, his sister, she was clever than Takape. She went to USP, and he followed his sister, ended up in FIT, and he graduated there. He wasn't like his father, who speaks broken English and was not educated. But I'm glad I'm here, that he brought us to a rich family, or quite a lovely family, I can say. I'm very proud today. And at the wedding time, I was just lost of words. I don't know what to say. And I thank the Lee family for having my son, or maybe having my family to join the Lee family. I thank the Lord. Always thank the Lord for everything I came through. The rough way, the ups and downs. I'm glad I'm here today, that Takape will bring us a very rich family, because we joined a rich family. For these few words, I would like to thank the Lord today for everyone, for each and every one, friends and families. And that's all I have to say today. And thank you very much for everyone.
Thank you. So I think what my uncle meant to say was, at the end of the night, we're all rich in love and rich at heart. All right. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause, please. And now I'll call upon Cassie, if I'm correct, the maid of honor, to say a speech. Vinaka. Let's give a round of applause, family and friends.
I'm not a public speaker, so please be nice. There's one thing myself and the bridal party learnt today as we're getting ready. We actually needed another room, one to get ready and one for all Cassie's shit. Right, Hi and bullet to everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank the sponsors tonight, Account 1000 and Robert Harris Ashburton. For those who don't know me or haven't yet met me, I'm Cassie's maid of honour, Kirsty. I'm here from Franz Joseph on the west coast in New Zealand. It's a pleasure to be here. I've thoroughly enjoyed these last few days, in particular conversations with Takape's whānau and just being amongst the rich culture. I feel like it's so different over here. Cassie and I first met in Hokitika, where her mum, Robin, dad, Gary, and beautiful little brother, Andrew, moved to Hokitika to manage Hokitika New World, which is Hokitika's biggest supermarket. Cassie and I first met when we were about 9 years old at primary school. I have memories visiting their house in Pine Tree Road in Canary and visiting their neighbours, the Jollies. Laura Jolly was one of Cassie's bridesmaids that couldn't make it over here today, but I know she'll be thinking of Cassie right now. Cassie's parents then decided to leave the coast and make the move up to Nelson. I remember being a little gutted with this decision to move and change schools because I felt like she was my only friend at the time. But they made the move up to gain their first supermarket. This was where Cassie and her whānau met Chelsea and the Fries. Chelsea met Cass through Nelson College and they played a bit of basketball together as well. Before they left, Robin assured me Cassie would write to me and she would share her address once they found a home and all settled in. In a bit of Robin and Cassie fashion though, that address didn't quite get passed on. But I remember on one occasion I got to go and stay with them in their home in Nelson. From there I secured their address and was excited to reconnect and keep in touch. I still remember the address now. 97C Kauai Street, Nelson. My first pen pal. I wrote the first letter and I thought it may have got lost in the mail. Or I was using the wrong letter. Second letter, still no response. I think from memory I even wrote a third letter. And Cassie, did you ever get back to me? No. I think this memory then haunted Cass a little bit, as little did she know, Robin and Gary decided to move back to Hokitika and buy Hokitika New World, where she met me at Western High School in the corridor of our school, the friend she never bothered getting back to. I don't think she's forgotten that day. But despite all odds from there, very slowly our friendship blossomed. I taught Cassie what subjects are better than others at school, how to drive a car, and on the odd occasion she showed me and Chelsea how not to drive a car. I kindly taught her how to use study brakes to our advantage, along with many other things. I'm sure Gary and Andrew remember some of these. Andrew may also have blocked out some things from his memory too. In our later years, I'm sure some of you know, but some may not, that Cassie and I have actually already been to Fiji together on 2 separate occasions. Gary, Alana and Andrew made the trip over with us. Thanks, John and Sue as well. Sorry, I lost my words. Although I don't think we saw much of Gary and Andrew, but boy oh boy did we have some fun. Some of my favourite memories in Fiji were on the island called Beachcomber Island and good old Ed's Bar. We had a lot of time together to relax and enjoy each other's company because Andrew being slightly younger than us, we always tried to set a very good example to him, getting home early and and being on time when we needed to be picked up. We both loved Fiji, the culture, the weather, the fresh food. Cassie loved the Fijian people back then, and she loves them even more now. I think a small thing that attracts Cassie to Fiji as a place is the rich culture, the sense of community. Cassie is very much a people person. She loves people, being in people's company, hosting, celebrating, making plans, organising other people's plans. And as Takape, I'm sure, has learned over the months, sometimes Cassie loves to make plans 2 months out, then changes them just the day before. Or something I'll never forget is the day before the wedding dress fitting in Christchurch City, Cassie, Gary and Alana managed to meet at different cafes. We can laugh about that now. Cassie does have a big and generous heart. Both attributes she gets both from her father and her mother. For those who didn't get the privilege to meet Robin, generosity was one of the qualities in her that I remember and treasure the most. To a lot of people, the word rich can mean money. But for me, if I was asked what it was like to walk into Robin's house, no matter what the circumstances, it was very warm and just so rich. She always had time to give, whether that was time or possession. Her house was full of Christmas presents and overflowing of Christmas treats about 2 months before Christmas. Often there was even a Christmas present under the tree for me, courtesy of Auntie Di and Robin. She had a very giving heart. I hope that Cassie's people-loving ways and giving heart is appreciated and treasured in her marriage with Takape going forward. Fast forward about 15 years with many in-betweens, we're finally here for your wedding day, Cass. Josh and I were a little worried this day wouldn't come. We're going to miss you being the best third wheel we could ask for. Dinner dates, nights out, tramps, concert, the list goes on. But there was some hope when Cassie was called to live in Sumner in Christchurch, where the population was around 3,519, with a median age of 42. With not the perfect match there, she was then called to move to Auckland, where the population was roughly 1.6 million. So you could say there was many fish in the sea. Cass and I were both very optimistic that Auckland was it. Then I got a message one day. I've met a Fijian guy. Not many details to follow. I was thinking to myself, I wonder how far he lives from the college and where he actually lives. Little did I know he was on the island of Fiji. Takape and myself have had a chance to have a few chats online before coming here today. When we chatted, it seemed to be pixelated and not good reception. I hope this was the case for everyone, Takape. After seeing you guys together the last few days and seeing Takape's vastly better driving skills in action, and seeing you both navigate through cultural differences with patience and kindness, it reassures me that you're the only man that can keep up with Cass. I can't wait to see your marriage unfold. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, understanding and joy. And I just have a verse for you guys. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace.
Thank you for the lovely speech, Kirsty. Robin's legacy has lived on, and we can actually see it in Cassie. She's been visiting Fiji for a while. Of course, she's been bringing treats for the kids, for the nieces and nephews. Her caring heart, her kindness, we have fallen for. So Cassie, we love you. And thank you, Kirsty, for the beautiful speech this evening. All right, another round of applause, family and friends, to Kirsty. And now I call upon the best man, Jeremy. Round of applause, family and friends. Vinaka.
Bula vinaka, everyone. Kia ora. I just want to start by just asking everyone to please have their glasses filled by the end of the speech. Not finished, filled. I'd like to just start by just introducing myself. My name is Jeremy. As you may know, I am the best man that Takape has chosen. Though there are probably better choices here in this place tonight. But I'm glad that Kape and Cassie had entrusted me with this duty tonight. And but I'd just like to say that Takape has been a blessing in my life more than I am to him, which can be debatable, but I love you, Caps. And when he asked me first to be his best man, I responded with a question, and the question was, "Are you sure?" And to be clear, that was a question of concern of how this speech might affect the marriage. But I told Takape I will stand by his side no matter what. Through this marriage or the next, I'll be there by him. Jokes, 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 jokes. Nah, I'll make sure this is the last one, Cassie, don't worry. I mean, first and the last. I met Takape when I was 5 years old. He was my second older brother growing up in Taveuni, the Garden Island of Fiji. And if you know Takape, I introduced Takape to a gaming console when I was 5 years old, and that was Nintendo 64 back in the days. And that's what made Takape very competitive. And if you know Takape, Takape loves to win, especially in arguments, and Cassie would know that. But yeah, so Takape is very competitive, and but one thing is, I always seem to beat him at playing video games. And he always tells me, he's like, "Hey bro, like I taught you how to play that game, but at the end, you like beating me all the time. And so I gotta give you this one, bro. You finally beat me at something." You beat me at the game of marriage. Or in other words, game over. Jokes, jokes, jokes. Game over in the positive sense that he doesn't have to live his life solo. Doesn't have to play the single player mode all the time. Now he's got onto the multiplayer mode, and that's having a companion with him through all the thick and thins of life. Takape has always been that person that can get along with anyone. And if you know him, no matter your status, your race, or whatever, he always creates an impact in your life. I mean, I believe everyone who knows him that are here today has witnessed how he cares, how he loves, and how he goes beyond just to help those he can. On top of that is Takape's sense of humor. I mean, who can change any situation into a laughing situation? And that's Takape. He probably has the biggest laugh or the biggest mouth when he screams. I mean, you don't need to be in a room to know that Takape is there. And that's why we love him, because he just makes everybody feel comfortable, no matter if he meets you for the first time. So it took some time to get to know about Cassie and Takape. Because if you know Takape, like we do, he loves to keep up to date with his social media. His stories, his posts on Facebook. He even had TikTok back then, and he was viral at one point on TikTok. Yeah, but that was before TikTok went viral. But somehow he just didn't post anything about Cassie. So some of the guys started to notice the strange behavior in Takape. Yeah. So his routine started to change. He started to go missing at a certain time, and he would say that he's gone for a Bible study. So our thinking was it was a group Bible study. We didn't know it was a one-on-one Bible study session. I really hope it was Bible study. Then came a day, through all the difficult news of COVID-19, affecting the world, a change in relationship status occurred on Facebook. Everyone who saw it still made everyone believe that miracles can still happen. I remember one of our friends who's here tonight commented, "End times are really near." But don't get me wrong. Now you lost me, man. But don't get me wrong, that was good news. And we just couldn't wait for the borders to open to finally meet this mysterious Cassie Lee. For many of us, we love to find that right person. The person that will take care of you, cooks, cleans the house, washes the dishes. Yeah. And I'm happy you found that person. You found Takape, Cassie. So consider yourself lucky. I mean, Takape will do that and more. Just need his visa approved, New Zealand immigration. I just wanted to acknowledge you, Cassie, first of all. You look beautiful in that dress, and your bridesmaids, and the grooms, man. Not Takape, jokes, Takape too. But thank you for choosing Fiji. Thank you for choosing Takape. Because I heard last night or the other night that you almost got sent to Samoa by TK. But God had bigger plans for your life. I would like to also take this time to acknowledge very important people in Takape and Cassie's lives. Both their parents who brought them up, instilling in them the important values that make them who they are today. To Mila and Claude, for having that discernment from the Holy Spirit to set these two up. And now you're here to officiate the marriage. God is good. To all friends and family that have traveled near as Pacific Harbour and Suva, and as far as Taveuni, Lambasa, Banga, Kandavu, Australia, and Aotearoa, New Zealand. Thank you for traveling all that way to be here to make Takape and Cassie's night a joyous and memorable night. So before I make the toast, I just have one more thing to say. Takape is a Wallaby fan. And after today, I don't know where his allegiance lies. So good luck, Cassie, with converting him to the All Blacks. So let us please raise our glasses as we as we toast to Takape and Cassie. May your love for each other continue to grow with each passing day. May you always find joy and strength in each other's embrace, knowing that together you can conquer any obstacle that comes your way. Cheers.
That was the good one, Jeremy. Let's give a round of applause, please. Thank you. Everything that Jeremy mentioned, it was all indeed true. Right? So thank you very much, Jeremy. We're saving the best for the last. So I would like to call upon Cassie and Takape Kamunara on stage. We do have one. Let's give a round of applause, family and friends. Come on, we can do better than that. Thank you.
Kia ora koutou, Nisa Bulavanaka. It's Bula. It's such a privilege and pleasure to be here tonight. I just want to first spend a lot of it today, but we can't do enough of it. I just want to first give all the honour and all the glory to our Lord Jesus Christ and to God for just bringing us here, bringing us all here together safely. And I just really wanted to start with that. I said to Kapi last night, don't know if I'll talk for long. And he's like, yeah, right. No, I just have a few little things that I wanted to share. Firstly, just what an absolute dream it is to just be standing here and looking out at all these beautiful faces, people that have been really special part of my life and of our lives, and especially over the last 2 years as I've met Kape's family and have travelled around Fiji to be with you. It's a dream. It's a dream to have, especially as an extrovert, to have all of your people right here in front of you, and it's just really special. And just seeing that the last few days has been so fun. So I just wanted to first acknowledge that. A very important, it's already been mentioned, but a very important shout out has to happen tonight. That shout out needs to go to Mila. Mila, you need to stand up and we're all going to give you a round of applause. Where's Auntie Mila? Mila! So one day I was at college and Mila was teaching me how to make curry, and I said to her, Mila, I need you to pray and I need you to think, I'd love to find a husband. And so I come back after summer holidays and we're at the volleyball court playing volleyball, and she says to me, oh, now it's gone. She says to me, I think I've found somebody. When they walk into a room, their laugh is the loudest. When they walk into the room, they're always known to be there. This man loves Jesus. He loves doing and working in youth ministry. He cooks a real good dal. He's pretty handsome and he loves his family. These are things that have all become true, Mila. Thanks to you. Thanks for you setting us up in a group message and then exiting the group message. We thought it was a bit of a joke, really, and then it just turned into this really beautiful and special thing over long 11 months online during COVID, and then taking a big risky move, flying to Fiji when I didn't know if I'd be able to get back to New Zealand, and Vinaka Vakalevo to all of the Fijian whānau that warmly welcomed me when I arrived, warmly welcomed me into your homes, warmly welcomed me into your life, and made me family straight away. I have a few other little thank yous. It's hard to say thank you to everybody, but thank you to everybody. But firstly, I'd just like to say Vinaka Vakalevo to Nā and Tā. Thank you for making me welcome in your home and in your family, especially when I came to Tavioni and had stayed in your home. It was a privilege and a joy, and I instantly felt like part of your family. So Vinaka, Vinaka. To the Kamananga whānau, Vinaka Vakalevo. To Fiji for hosting us. I think the last few days we've seen Fiji hospitality on steroids, and it's been not just for myself but for my family and friends just a real special treat. So Vinaka. Andy, for being the best brother a girl could ask for. We've been through a lot together, and you've always been there, whether I've been annoying you, bullying you, annoying you more, but you've been right there when times have been tough, and I wouldn't have got through those times without you, so thanks. To my bridesmaids over here, absolutely gorgeous. Again, been through a lot together, and we've said enough thank yous, but thank you for today and for everything. Love you guys. To everybody, thank you for coming, and there's many thank yous we'll do later, but especially thank you to Lena and Dad. You know, I'm not even going to say it, just thank you, and thank you for everything and for making today happen and for your love. And like you said, there were some rocky times, but you know, through time we've got here, and that's really special to have you walk me down the aisle today, and that was a girl's dream come true. So thanks, Dad. There's a special thank you that needs to go to someone that's not here today, and that's Mum, and she's been mentioned a lot, and boy have we felt the Robin spirit today, I think. The spirit of celebration, the spirit of joy, the Bailey family turning up and being here to make her spirit come to life. It's been really appreciated, and I'm really grateful for that. A couple of the things that I think that Mum passed on to me from her qualities was making the most of every day and every opportunity. The way in which she loved to celebrate. 100% Cassie, here we are. And I think one of the things I'm most grateful to Mum for was through her illness and through her struggle, she taught me to care, and she taught me to love, and she taught me to be there in really hard times. And I will be forever grateful for how she taught me how to do that. My love. What a special day it's been. It's hard to find the words, but I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the way you love me. I'm so grateful for the way you've helped me to love myself. I'm so grateful for the way that you love my family. I'm so grateful for what you teach me. I'm so grateful how we love Jesus together and how we put Jesus first. I can't wait to be your wife. Well, I am your wife. Whoa, awkward. Can't wait to start a family.
Bula. And to my New Zealand friends, kia ora. I would like to start with one of my favorite Bible verses. I think it's in the book of Ephesians, what Paul mentions to the leaders of the church in Ephesians. For God is able to do far more abundantly and exceedingly than you could ever think or imagine. And for me today is the manifestation of that verse. Like my dad said, we struggle growing up. I was just putting on my masi today, and it was already soaked in tears because I never saw me here today. And I just want to, first of all, acknowledge God. I've always had big dreams. But when I found who God is and what He can do in your life, I knew that my dreams were too small. I stand here so blessed, so humbled by what has happened here today. I could never imagine it. I also want to thank Mom and Dad. Nakawaliw na ba Jesus? Nakawaliw na bosot. My family has never owned a piece of land until a few years ago. That's always been our dream. Somewhere to call home on this earth. And just being here today, I also would like to acknowledge I had a younger brother, but he didn't make it. We lost him the New Year's of 1997. His name was Inoke, and I've always wanted a younger brother. So growing up in life, I learned to value friends, especially brothers. And present here today, for those who know me, we have a band of brothers called the Castle Brothers. And for me, being part of these brothers have really changed my life. Because we journey in life together, we used to stay together. And yeah, I owe my life to this band of brothers. And now, from the Castle Brothers, they also have a Castle Wives. And today they have a new inductee. Just before I speak a little about my wife, I want to acknowledge a few other families. One of the early families that adopted me to be part of their family was Jeremy's family. Uncle Junior and Auntie Tanya. For me, this family was important in bringing me out of the island and show me that there's bigger islands apart from the one I'm living on. And there are cars and better cars and all other things that I can think or dream of. I also want to acknowledge Reverend Kadimewai and Auntie Sai and Biu and Faye Kadimewai. I acknowledge their life because at a rough patch in my life, they decided to adopt me on their wedding week. And just being with Biu, he's really molded me, but I didn't know he was secretly molding me to be a good husband. I would like to also acknowledge the Takape family for giving me a home when I needed one. And it was in that home that I found my wife. So thank you so much for the Takape family for giving me a home and giving me a wife in that home. To Lutu, Natupo, Lemba, Sala, and the family. Thank you so much. I think I was telling Cassie, one thing that stood out to me in this wedding is my family showed up. And they showed up big. And I think we can all learn from that. That in your toughest time, your loved ones are the one who will show up for you. And for me, that was it today. I'm sorry, I probably won't mention a lot of names of families that I should mention today. But one last is Mila and Claude. I told Mila yesterday, I was so tired putting up the lights with Jeremy, and I said, Mila, all of this is your fault. I thank Claude, even before I met Cassie. Claude was always someone who changed my perspective. And being a good mentor and always guiding me in the ways that I could improve a better version of myself. My friends always joke about me becoming a Catholic priest because I will never get married. But little did they know I'm going to marry an Anglican priest. So God has his own sense of humor. But guys, I'm married now. I have a wife. But Cassie, I think like what Father Claude said, I think I met my match. I thought I was an extrovert until I met Cassie. I think over the last 2 years that we've known each other, I am more inclined to be an introvert now because I need more time to myself to process the amount of energy Cassie has. When I first met Cassie in Fiji, I told her, are you sure you don't have Fijian blood? Because she can meet everyone, like every one of our family and friends in one day, and she's still bubbly, but I'm always drained. And that's one thing I love about Cassie. She's a people person, and she's genuine when she meets someone. And I'm a people person, but Cassie's on another level. So I do not want to take any more of your time. I want to thank all the families that have traveled so far, especially from New Zealand to the Lee, the Bailey families, to the monastery friends, to the Samana, Christchurch, to the family that traveled from Savusavu, Taveuni, Lambasa, Kandavu, Benga. Thank you so much. Next party, 9 months' time.
Family and friends, I think you might want to grab your phone. Looks like we have a surprise tonight. moment, family and friends. Let's go, Casey. This is the moment you all been. Give her a round of applause, please.
Good evening again, it's me. Just one thing for any of the people that are staying here, remember the All Blacks are on at 7:10 tomorrow morning. Takape, remember, 7:10. Just before Cassie sits down, there's one little tradition that we do have to have, and that's we're going to dance. You and I. So the band are all ready, and as soon as Cassie and I get out there, we'll sort of dance. I picked this song, and I'd like you to listen to the lyrics. Cassie doesn't know the song.
Lost in the moment, and each other's face. So much in love, you're alone in this place.
That's special.
Like there's nobody else in the world. I was enough for her, not long ago. I was her number. She told me so, and she still makes the words of me. Just so you know, so be careful where you go, my God. Time changes everything, life must go on. I'm not gonna stand in your way. But I love you first, and I held you first. The place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath you breathe, when she first smiled at me, and you love Father, brother, sleep. And I pray that she find you someday, but it's still hard to keep her away. I love her first. How good and beautiful woman with you. Be the same for everything. Hate that I knew, love that I read all those fairy tales to. Tucked in bed all those nights. And when you the first time I saw you with her, it was only a matter of time. But I love you first, and I held you first. The place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath you breathe, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of Father deep. And I pray that she found you someday, but it's too hard to keep her away. Love first. From the first breath you breathe, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of Father was still. Someday you might know I'm going through. The beautiful smiles on the cheek. I love the first. So the congratulations to the Red Group, Takape, Cassie. These songs dedicated to you guys, and also for all the families that are here. We hope you guys enjoy this. every feeling, every word. I've imagined it all. You never know if you never try to forgive your past and simply be mine. I dare you to let me be the one and only. Promise I'm worthy to hold in your arms. So come on and give me the chance to prove I am the one who can walk that line until the end starts. If I've been on your mind, you hang on every word I say. Lose yourself inside. As a mention of my name, will I ever know how it feels to hold you close and have you tell me whichever road I choose you'll go. I don't know why I'm scared, 'cause I've been here before. Every feeling, every word, I've imagined it all. You never know if you never try to forget your past and simply be mine. Dare you to let me be the one and only. Promise I'm worthy to hold in your arms. So come on and give me a chance to prove I am the one who can walk that line until the end starts. I know it ain't easy giving up your heart. I know it ain't easy giving up your heart. Nobody's perfect. Trust me, I've given up your heart. Nobody's perfect. Trust me, I've given up your heart. Nobody's I know it ain't easy. Trust me, I've given up your heart. Nobody's I know it ain't easy. Trust me, I've given up your heart.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for the beautiful dance. There's still drinks at the bar and desserts actually coming in. Now I give the time to the best band there is to take over for tonight. So please enjoy yourself and more demanda, everyone. Vinaka.
Thank you.